So I guess if we needed any clarification, that's the title race over. It's probably been over for a while, but that's the end of that chapter, so to speak. Chelsea, 2-1 winners, and we are now basically fighting for the top four. We kind of knew that anyway, but this is kind of put that to bed. If there was ever the tiniest glimmer of hope, and it's obviously very, very disappointing. It's frustrating because they're not that good. That's just my opinion. I know that sounds crazy when they're miles ahead of us in the Premier League, but I've seen Chelsea players twice now, and each time I thought we were miles the better team when it came to actually playing football in terms of controlling the game, and we've just once again gifted them a game, gifted them a victory by our own mistakes, our own lack of concentration, by our own inadequacies, I guess, not necessarily been blown away by immense amounts of skill or scintillating football. I'm not trying to criticise Chelsea here. Fair play, they'll win the league and they'll deserve it. But I'm not impressed by them. I mean, I'm impressed by their pragmatism, their stoic determination in the second half to defend incredibly well and do nothing else. I guess it's impressive in a way, but I don't really enjoy it. I don't like it. I thought a team that's going for the league like that at home, you were willing to put 10 men behind the ball for 45 minutes and just sit on a lead. It's very much Jose Mourinho. It's very much the Emperor's New Clothes there for me. It's the same thing dressed up as a younger, sexier version of Antonio Conte. I don't really find that interesting, personally. But they won the game, and they probably would argue they deserved it. They didn't create much chances. Obviously, the first goal was incredibly soft. Some people, I've seen like BM Damo on Twitter, saying that it was Vincent Kompany's mistake to drop too deep and drag the line back, which then caused the chance for Hazard. I personally thought Caballero wasn't anywhere near sharp enough to react to the shot, and maybe someone like Fernandinho Del could have been covering that slot too. And the second, obviously, Fernandinho got done by Hazard, and it was a penalty. It was the right call for once by Mike Dean, and fair play. So basically, two laps of concentration, and we basically lost the game. And Chelsea did very little else. And after that, we pretty much controlled it. It was frustrating going at half time, thinking we actually played quite well. Some nice football, some nice chances created, nice little moments of intricate passing, and we were getting in behind Chelsea in general. And that when it went to 1-1, it was definitely deserved. But whatever Conte said at half-time, all the change he made at half-time being on Matic, it gave them that kind of solidity that they actually needed, they required to see out the job. And it obviously worked, so fair play to them. But yeah, the positives: Vinny was back 90 minutes, and I thought in general he looked pretty solid. Maybe the odd slightly hesitant moment, but I'll give him that, given the fact that he's been dead for about 10 years. And it's great to see him back. He's still obviously is an excellent footballer. He still obviously has all that ability, and his leadership, his general aura on the pitch is visible. You can clearly see it's there. I'm not going to say it was an incredible performance by him, but him being around is no bad thing. And fingers crossed it isn't another false dawn, because he's still our captain and our leader. And Vinny being back is a boost for us, not any team. It's a terrible for other teams, but it's a boost for us entirely. And I thought Fabian Del, fair play to him. I thought he was good. I'm not Fabian's biggest fan, but I thought he had a very good game. I thought he had a lot of pace, a lot of energy. He was very quick into the tackle, and he tried to distribute the ball pretty well as well. I'm not going to say he's the answer or the solution, but I have no qualms about him being involved a little bit more every now and then. I don't think he will be here much longer, if I'm being totally honest. Maybe he'll stay around. But I thought he had put in a good performance tonight. And I thought he did himself no harm at all in getting a little bit more game time before the end of the season. And the other positive, though, in general, is I think we're just a better team. When we do click, when we turn it on, when we show what we are, in my opinion, the best team in the league by a long way. By a long way. I don't think anyone can come close to us at our best. It's just so rare. I had this tweet during the game where I said, City are like this beautiful Ferrari or Maserati, but it's about 100 years old. So he can still run gracefully and glide every now and then, and it looks beautiful when it happens, but it'll also break down just because it's old, just because it's knackered. It's inevitable, and that's what it feels like for us. I don't necessarily think any of the players didn't try, but I just think they're not quite good enough. Some of them in particular are old, and maybe not the technical level required to have the understanding or the concentration to do what Pep wants. And your likes of your cliches, then your squad players like Fernando, then even the fullbacks like Zabaleta, Sanya, they're older these days. Vinny might even fall into that category himself. Even Fernandinho looks a bit poor recently. Obviously, that's blasphemous. But some of these players, I don't think they're necessarily going to get any better. I think they are what they are. You cannot improve something beyond a certain level when it's reached a certain age, I guess. And I think we have to accept that we're going to stutter for now until we get this new engine, get this oil in the car, the beautiful Ferrari, so it can become a younger, newer version. It needs an MOT. And I don't really see any way around that. I don't think it's a critical situation. I think it'll get solved in the summer, but it feels resigned to that fact now because I see that we're trying our best. I see that we're trying to be a better sum of the parts, but I just don't think it's probably possible. So we're always going to see these shortcomings, and it's no surprise, in my opinion, that we look better going forward when we've got younger players like Sane, obviously. Silva's still ever present. Obviously, he's not young, but you know what I mean. Then De Bruyne and Gabriel Jesus when he was around. Sterling. We've got a younger core that are obviously going to be part of our future, and that lot look better at being pet players than the ones who probably aren't going to be part of the future. I'm stating the obvious now, but yeah, I'm not overly concerned. Basically, I think we'll be okay next season. I think it's a write-off now. Hopefully we'll win the FA Cup. Hopefully we'll finish in the top 4. Also, first video in a while. I've had no premiere, unfortunately, but I've got it back now. So more videos and more stuff. I'll try and do a video a day, actually. That's my aim from now on, a video a day. But yeah, I don't want to be too negative, because I don't think it was that bad a performance. I think a lot of these players are going to go. I think it's just waiting for that inevitable now. We are waiting for the ship to go down and some of these players to sail off into the distance, into that sunset, and we'll pat them on the back and say cheers for everything. But you just, you passed it now. So see you later, Guile. See you later, Fernando. See you later, Nolito. Didn't really work out in the end, did it, in Leo? See you later to whoever, really. Yeah. I don't know. Who do you reckon's going to go in the summer? Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the game. And I will see you soon.